Today we are starting with carboxylic acid. It is the last topic of the last unit of organic chemistry, that is aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acid. So we are starting with carboxylic acid. General formula of carboxylic acid is RCOOH. Then we have the nomenclature of carboxylic acid. First member of carboxylic acid, aliphatic carboxylic acid, is HCOOH. It is called as formic acid. IUPAC name of this will be alkanoic acid. This is methanoic acid. Then we can get second member by adding CH2 to this hydrogen. We get CH3 COOH. It is called as acetic acid. Then we have ethanoic acid, 2 carbon acid. Similarly, add CH2, we get next member. This is called as propionic acid. IUPAC name will be propanoic acid. Then we come to dicarboxylic acid. The most common dicarboxylic acid is oxalic acid. IUPAC name of this will be ethane dioic acid. Then we have another CH2 added in between these two carboxylic groups. We get the name malonic acid as a common name. IUPAC name is propane dioic acid. Then we have another dicarboxylic acid. This is called as succinic acid. IUPAC name will be butane 1,4-dioic acid. Then we have adipic acid, 6 carbon acid. It is used in the preparation of polymers, specifically nylon. This is adipic acid. IUPAC name will be hexane 1,6-dioic acid. Then we come to aromatic carboxylic acid. They are having benzene ring in them. This is benzoic acid, or it is also called as benzene carboxylic acid. Then we have another acid, ortho position substituted by OH group. This is salicylic acid. IUPAC name is 2-hydroxy benzoic acid or benzene carboxylic acid. We have amino group. This is called as anthralinic acid. IUPAC will be 2-amino benzoic acid. Then we have dicarboxylic aromatic acid, 1,2 position substituted by COOH. Commonly it is called as phthalic acid. IUPAC name is benzene 1,2 dicarboxylic acid or dioic acid. Similarly, we have 1,3 derivative. This is called as isophthalic acid. IUPAC name will be benzene 1,3 dicarboxylic acid. Then we have 2 COOH at para positions to each other. This is called as terephthalic acid, used in the preparation of terylene. or it is called as benzene 1,4-dicarboxylic acid or benzene dioic acid. So this is regarding the nomenclature of carboxylic acid. Then we come to the next topic, that is structure of carboxylic group. Let us see the electronic structure or carboxylic group. And as we know, in carboxylic acid, carbon is having double bond with oxygen, therefore it must undergo sp2 hybridization, resulting in the formation of 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, and out of which these 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, they are involved in the sigma bonding, and the unhybridized pz orbital, that will be involved in the sideways overlap with the oxygen to form a pi bond. So let us see the electronic structure of carboxylic group. Carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization and forms 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. So this is our carboxylic acid. This is carbon, which is sp2 hybridized. 1 bond is formed here, that is formed by sp2 and sp overlap. Then it has oxygen, one unhybridized orbital of carbon overlaps sideways with oxygen. So this is oxygen is associated with double bond, and then it has a OH bond. So this is the structure of carboxylic group. We can show this structure like this. This oxygen is having 2 lone pair of electron. It is also having 2 lone pair of electron. Now we see the resonance in carboxylic acid. This oxygen will be taking back 5 electrons, and this lone pair will be coming back, forming a double bond here, positive charge. It will be having now 6 electrons, and when it goes back, its lone pair comes here, it will be coming back. We have the structure. This is carboxylic acid resonating structures. After losing proton, the carboxylate ions so produced, they also show the resonance, and it has been observed that resonating structures of carboxylate ions, they are more stable as compared to that of your carboxylic acid, because they do not involve separation of any charges, while this carboxylic acid, it involves separation of charges. Positive negative centers are being produced here. This is positive center, this will be the negative center produced by the transference of electron, and when it loses electron, it will be giving this structure. This oxygen is negatively charged, and this oxygen is also negatively charged. This is called as carboxylate ion. When this proton goes off, this oxygen can be positively charged. By resonance, it will move its 2 electron in the double bond character. So this will be the carboxylate ion. This carboxylate ion resonance is shown by this ion, resonance in carboxylate ion. So this is R group, this is oxygen is double bond here, this oxygen is singly bonded, having 6 electron, it is having 4 unpaired electrons. Then 1 lone pair is transferred to this for resonance, and pi electron shifts to this. We get another structure here. This oxygen will be now negatively charged, this oxygen will be now neutral, and later on we can see the negative charge is equally floating between these 2 oxygen atoms. No separation of charges involved. Therefore, carboxylate ion, that is more stable by resonance as compared to carboxylic acid. It is less stable. Due to this reason, carboxylic acids have net tendency to release proton. That's why they are stronger acid as compared to alcohols. as compared to phenols and so on. So these acids are stronger acid, they have more acidic character, they have more tendency to release proton as compared to alcohols, as compared to phenols also. Since carboxylate ion is more stable than phenoxide ion also. So you can be asked a question, compare acidic character of carboxylic acid, phenol and alcohol. What would be the order of acidic character? So carboxylic acid will be the stronger acid as compared to phenol, phenol will be stronger as compared to alcohol. The reason for that is here negative charge is stabilized by two oxygen atoms which both are electronegative. In phenol, negative charge is stabilized by only one oxygen atom, and benzene ring also, but benzene ring does not help so as oxygen and helps in the dispersal of negative charge. But in alcohol, neither oxygen is not able to stabilize that negative charge due to plus effect of the alkyl group. So we can say carboxylic acid, they are stronger acid as compared to your phenols, as compared to alcohols. Alcohols are the weakest among carboxylic acid, phenols and your alcohols themselves. Now we come to methods of preparation of the carboxylic acids. So we will be doing now methods of preparation of carboxylic acids. First method is by fermentation of 15% aqueous solution of ethyl alcohol. This is also called as quick vinegar process, because this method is very quick and gives immediate result. So when 15% aqueous solution of ethyl alcohol treated with oxygen in the presence of bacteria Mycoderma aceti or Acetobacter aceti, these are the names of same bacteria, it will give you acetic acid, vinegar plus H2O. For this purpose, we spray ethyl alcohol in a vat containing sawdust, and this vat is having large number of holes through which air enters into the holes, and it enters along with this bacteria spores. These bacteria grow in the sawdust, and then they bring out this conversion of ethyl alcohol into acetic acid. So this is our first method of getting carboxylic acid. Second is by oxidation of alcohols. We have already done oxidation of alcohol. This was our distinction test between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol, and we know all the types of alcohol, whether they are primary, whether they are secondary or tertiary. All of them on oxidation they produce carboxylic acids, and primary alcohol, they do not lose any carbon during their oxidation. We have just studied alkaline KMnO4. They produce 2 carbon acid, 2 carbon were present in alcohol, and we get 2 carbon acid. Then we have secondary alcohols also. If we take isopropyl alcohol, it reacts with oxygen first of all, liberating water under similar reagents, we get acetone, and this acetone, when treated with more oxygen in the presence of alkaline KMnO4 or potassium dichromate, we can also take acidified dichromate solution, then it will be giving 2 carbon product along with carbon dioxide and water in this case. Similarly, tertiary butyl alcohol, when subjected to oxidation with alkaline KMnO4, it will also give you CH3, COOH2, CO2. Along with that, you have 3 water. So it will be using 8 oxygen here. It will be using 5 oxygen here. So this is second method. Then oxidation can also be done In case of toluene, it is treated with alkaline KMnO4. It will also produce benzoic acid, and water is eliminated from here. If you take orthoxylene, this compound is orthoxylene. Here 3 oxygens they are consumed. Given alkaline KMnO4, you will get COOH plus 2 water. So in this case, how many water molecules you will be having? 6 oxygen used here. Similarly, metaxylene having 2 methyl group at meta position, 1 3 position. Paraxylene 1 4 position, 2 methyl groups are present. They are also oxidized to carboxylic acids when they are treated with your alkaline KMnO4. Similarly, if you have any alkyl group attached in the benzene ring, suppose you are having here ethyl group, it is treated with alkaline KMnO4. Still you will be getting carboxylic acid COOH. Other carbon will be going out in the form of carbon dioxide and water will be produced here. So you are having 5 hydrogen here, we get 2 water here, oxygen will be 6, so we will be adding 6 here. It is catalyst is alkaline KMnO4. So whatever be the nature of alkyl group, you will be reducing that alkyl group into COOH carboxylic group through oxidation reactions. So there is no panic in doing the oxidation of alkyl group present in the benzene ring. Then we have the dehydrogenation after oxidation method. We have dehydrogenation of alcohols. We know primary alcohol on dehydrogenation produce aldehydes, secondary alcohol produce ketones. Both of these compounds they can be further oxidized into carboxylic acids. So our next method is, third method is by dehydrogenation. And oxidation. First will be dehydrogenating alcohol, then the dehydrogenated product they are further oxidized. So we have CH3, CH2OH. It is vapors are passed over reduced copper at 573 Kelvin. It will be eliminating molecule of hydrogen and will give you acetaldehyde. This on oxidation with alkaline KMnO4 will give you carboxylic acid. Similarly, we have secondary alcohol, that is isopropyl alcohol, subjected to same conditions. It will be eliminating H2O and will give you acetone. Acetone when treated with 5 nascent oxygen, you will get CH3, COOH, CO2 plus water. So in this manner we can produce carboxylic acid. Fourth method is from alkynes. If you are having acetylene and you are supplying water to it in the presence of mercury ions and H2SO4 at 330 Kelvin, you will get first of all vinyl alcohol. This vinyl alcohol undergoes tautomerism, and on tautomerism this hydrogen shifts to this, double bond comes in the opposite direction. We get acetaldehyde, which is oxidized with alkaline KMnO4 to get carboxylic acid, that is acetic acid. If you are having propyne here in place of acetylene, you are having propyne, you will be giving water under similar conditions, you will get this product. This is enolic form of your acetone, then this will undergo tautomerism to give you acetone. And this acetone on oxidation, when subjected to oxidation, will give you acetic acid, carbon dioxide and water, they are being eliminated. So this is our fourth method. We are getting the carboxylic acid from the alkynes. Then we have from cyanides. Fifth method is from cyanides, alkyl or aryl cyanides. We have already discussed this method during properties of alkyl halides. CH3CN, when given to water in the presence of dilute HCl, we get CH3. COOH plus NH4Cl. Similarly, if we have benzene carbonitrile given to water in the presence of dilute HCl, again we get benzoic acid and NH4Cl. So this is our fifth method, converting cyanides into carboxylic acids. Then we have sixth method, that is from amides, CH3CONH2 when treated with HNO2. HNO2 comes from the reaction of NaNO2 with HCl. You will be losing N2, you will be losing water, then you get CH3, COOH. And similarly, benzamide if taken, this was ethanamide. If you take benzamide, treat it with the same, you will get benzoic acid from this method. So these are the 6 methods of preparing carboxylic acid. Then we have 7th method, that is from Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent can be changed into carboxylic acid. 7th method is that from GR, that is Grignard reagent, CH3 MgBr supplied with carbon dioxide under high pressure and low temperature. It will take up carbon dioxide and will form CH3CO MgBr, which is hydrolyzed with acidified water to get carboxylic acid. So if you use methyl, in place of methyl you use benzene ring, then you will be getting aromatic system. Here we will be using benzene ring in place of that. The MdBr treated with CO2, we get benzene ring, COOMgBr. It is hydrolyzed under similar condition, we get benzoic acid. So both aliphatic as well as aromatic carboxylic acid, they can be prepared by the similar methods. Then we have preparation from trihalogen derivatives of alkanes. If we are having trihalogen derivatives, then CCl bond, they are being hydrolyzed by aqueous NaOH, and in place of Cl we will be getting OH group there. So this will be our 7th method from trihalogen derivatives. We have this CH3CCl3 trichloroethane. It is treated with 3NaOH aqueous. 3NaCl is lost. Product is CH3COH thrice. 3 OH group on same carbon cannot stay longer. They will eliminate a water molecule and will give you carboxylic acid. Similarly, if we have benzotrichloride benzene ring having CCl3 treated with 3NaOH aqueous, it will release 3NaCl molecule and will give you benzene benzotrihydroxide. This loses water molecule and gives us benzoic acid. Then we have 8th method, that is from dicarboxylic acids. If dicarboxylic acids, aliphatic dicarboxylic acids, they are heated, they are likely to eliminate a molecule of carbon dioxide. This is our malonic acid. It is when heated, it eliminates carbon dioxide and gives us acetic acid. Then we have 9th method from hydrolysis of esters. We know esters are the methoxylated compounds of carboxylic acid, ethoxylated alkylated compounds. When they are treated with water in the presence of dilute H2SO4, we get RCOOH plus CH3OH. So esters can be converted into carboxylic acid by the hydrolysis. Then we have oxidation of methyl ketones, and they can also produce carboxylic acids, and then we get from alkenes. Name of this process is oxo process. Here alkene is treated with carbon monoxide and water. So So when this reaction is done at high pressure in the presence of H3PO4 5673 Kelvin, product will be CH3, CH2, CH2, which will be COOH. This is carboxylic acid. We have propanoic acid from this method, and then we have propene. When propene is treated with carbon monoxide and water under high pressure, H3PO4 673 Kelvin, high pressure, we get CH3, CH2, CH2, COOH. This is butyric acid. So these are the methods of preparing carboxylic acid. Then we have last method from sodium alkoxide. Sodium alkoxide, this is sodium ethoxide treated with carbon monoxide under high pressure and low temperature. This is under high pressure. So you will get CH3COONA, which is hydrolyzed with acetate dilute HCl. You will get CH3COOH plus NaOH. So these are the methods of preparing carboxylic acid. Then we come to the physical properties and chemical properties of carboxylic acid.